Hi, my name is Robert C. Ayala, and I'm a real Democrat running for the Democratic nomination to stop the campaigns of Joe Biden, Donald Trump, or really any candidate telling us how to live, what to ingest, or how to look. A real Democrat puts you and others first. That's what I said. A real Democrat puts you and others first. Today, Democrat leadership must resign. You have betrayed all of us. Biden has to go, or I will vote Trump. Biden has to go, or I will vote Trump. And you say, why would you do such a thing? Well, let's talk about why we should do some things. And let's remember before we do that we have union strikers in Michigan fighting for wages, fighting for their lives, fighting to not be told that a single product, that is electric cars, is the future of everything. And so this new future means everything that is from the past must go, and that we should only focus on the future while diminishing their efforts, their lines of helping out us. And I think one of the other things that we should remember is that Americans bailed out GM in 2008. Americans bailed out GM in 2008, and nothing has changed. Once again, the people who make the companies rich suffer at the bottom, while the Democratic Party pretends to go out there and say they're going to fight for minimum wage, they're going to fight for health care, and every single law they put forward does the opposite. It hurts you, it hurts me, and no longer should we sit by. So, if Democrats believe that Joe Biden is the candidate for 2024, then I, as a brown American, as a minority American in the United States, as a Democrat who has been a Democrat for the majority of my life, I will vote Trump. Let's take a look and see why I'm so angry today.
And shelters across the city.
Una buena cama.
This man told our sister station Telemundo Chicago he's been given a good bed and a good life while staying at the Inn of Chicago, a shelter that houses 1,500 people. For months, NBC5 Investigates has been asking city agencies for copies of financial records to better understand where the money has flowed to care for migrants. While the city continues to withhold many of the records we've requested, we did obtain contracts and a spreadsheet showing since October the city has spent at least $83 million on this crisis. The bulk of that money, more than $56 million, went to Favorite Staffing, a Kansas-based company whose employees work at the shelters. In response to our requests, the city has so far provided just 2 invoices showing how much Favorite staffers are being paid. This invoice from the now closed shelter at Truman College shows a facility manager made $14,000 in 1 week.
$14,000 in 1 week, $135 an hour, $202 an hour. And they tell us we should go back to the factory line because $35 and some health care benefits is too much. Sooner or later, Americans, you have to realize that the reason that the border is open is so that companies like General Motors and big corporate American interests can issue work permits to legal citizens in this country so that those citizens can come in, and they're not actually citizens, those illegal folks can come in, and with their new work permits, they will go and they will disrupt the last vestiges of jobs that you and I have, and they will push the market down. They will push the wages down. We can't afford houses. We can't afford cars. We can't afford food. It is time for the Democratic leadership to resign. It is time for Joe Biden to go, or I, as a Democrat, for a majority of my life, will vote Trump. This has to stop. And anybody who's looking around in this country today and sees this and understands, look at that. Listen to what they say, folks. Okay? A good bed and a good life, right? For everyone but you. And you as an American. A good bed and a good life for everyone but you. You don't get to live in a bed in a hotel. You don't get to stay home all day long and do nothing. And you sure as hell don't get to do it while everybody in the United States of America goes to work, takes money out of their pocket so that you can stay in your bed in a nice hotel. This is a fantasy land, but our government is betraying us, and they're betraying you. And I need you today to help me get to Iowa so that we as a party can have the next generation of leaders step forward and stop this nonsense before it's too late. Thank you so much. I hope you guys had a great weekend, and I wish all of you have a great week going out there and slave laboring so that people like Joe Biden can take money and give it to people who are not citizens so they can have a good bed and a good life at your expense.